Hi, Annie. Thank you for giving your time. Welcome. And honestly, I was blown away reading your bio. I'm super excited to interview you today.
Thank you so much, Shilpi. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be on this platform. Landed for Success is amazing. It gives so many business individuals, entrepreneurs, an opportunity to really network with each other. It's a fantastic platform to be on. So thank you.
Absolutely. So, hi everyone. My name is Shilpi. I'm a life coach. I'm a health and wellness coach, and I'm a founder of Shilpi Chanda International. And also, I'm an author in the volume 3, Land for Success: The Untold Stories. And here we have Annie Koshy, and she has so much. There is so much to talk about her, so much to tell about her. So, I would like to actually know from her a little bit about herself. Please, Annie, would you, do the honor of sharing something about you?
Well, I think first and foremost, I would say that my work has to do with anything in the creative realm. And I would say that that's really my passion now, although my background was in teaching. And I was an English teacher for many years before I moved more into the media world.
Wow.
And I think I'm finally doing things in my life that I'm truly not just, it's not just work for me. It's almost like I'm doing my hobby every day. So I really find it very rewarding. So between being a model, an actress, a radio host, I do graphics, I coach on branding strategy and personal branding. There's so many aspects, and photography is definitely an aspect that I'm also very interested in and that I do my work in now too.
Wow. So many things. I cannot even start to imagine, like, so many. How do you even do all that? Oh my God, it's amazing. So, anyways, looking at your bio and reading everything about you and knowing you a little, I just felt there were some questions that I wanted to ask. If it is okay with you, these are quick questions, nothing too much. Is it okay that I ask?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. I'm on the hot seat, am I?
Not really, not really. I have some super amazing rapid fire round after we are done with these questions.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
So, anyway, so the first question that I have for you is, what is one word that you would use to define yourself and why?
Oh, very easy for me, that one. Badass. And if you
Oh,
want to
wow.
translate that, I would say bindas. So I think the meaning of that for me is just someone who walks without fear, someone who goes out to take a challenge and not see the challenge as a challenge, but something that is going to grow the mind to a next level. And I think that has been the change, the metamorphosis that I went through when I went from someone who was really timid to speak my voice, to speak what I was really thinking, what I really wanted to do, to the person that I am today, where I walk my truth.
Wow, that's lovely. It's amazing. I'm like, every minute I'm talking to you, I'm like getting inspired, to do a little more, to do a little more. It's amazing.
I think
Just,
that really is what drives me. Is that in every interaction that you have with a person, you don't always have to look for what are you getting. Rather, if you think from the point of what are you giving, and when you go from that perspective, then you're going to be leaving those crumbs that are one day going to be some way someone is going to lead it back to you. And you don't have to think about every interaction as being that someone has to give back to me because I'm giving this. I think if you look at just being yourself and interacting with people and genuinely liking people for who they are and what they're bringing to the table, that's going to come through in all of your interactions.
absolutely, I so agree. Like, uh, doing things, serving others without the thought of return on investment. Wow, this is beautiful, beautiful thought. So actually, as most of the people might know already, that Landed for Success, Jay and Gordon, the co-founder, they have been doing a lot of events and a lot of things for other people. And Jay has come up with an amazing, amazing event, the Elite Woman in Power Summit 2022. and we are having that event on 10th of March, and we are celebrating womanhood. And we are really honored to have you here today, getting a chance to interview you during this month, and um, so coming to all these talk and all this stuff, one curious thing that comes in my mind is, what would, like, what would you say this event? Yeah, I know you have a little idea about the event and what it means and why it is for. What is the purpose of this event? We basically are motivating and encouraging. There is no, it's a free virtual event for men and women both, and we have women speakers who are influencing and contributing to the society. So what is your perspective? What would you say this even means to the normal people, or what they can benefit out of it?
Well, I think the very fact that we're having this event is amazing. It's an opportunity to celebrate and honor women, and I think International Women's Day is really an opportunity to remember that we need to continue to accelerate the need for gender parity, and that yes, we are celebrating the social, the economic, the political, the achievements really of women across the world. But I would like to come to a day where we don't need to have a women's day or a men's day, and that we just celebrate people. And that really is a reflection on the fact that I also feel that we shouldn't have women leaders and men leaders. We should just look for leaders. And so what makes a good leader is what we should be really discussing, and not whether that person is leading because of their gender in a particular way. When we stop to see people and ability through genders, we start to see companies, organizations, families, systems growing because you have people who are good at what they do, leading those organizations, etc. So that's my view. I think it's fantastic that we have this opportunity to celebrate those women who are making impacts and who are changing, the course of dialogue that's happening around the world.
My God, trust me, I am having goosebumps all over me. I'm like, my God, it's like, uh, it's this thought I always have in mind, that some point in time when my daughter grows up, she doesn't have to celebrate Women's Day in particular, because we women and men are all equal, and we have that equality, and we don't have to, celebrate one particular day. We celebrate it every day. Amazing. Oh my God. This is like, I literally had goosebumps.
Well, I feel that about every day, right? I'm really against just having, for example, one day to celebrate family, or one day to celebrate love and Valentine's and whatever, one day to celebrate different celebrations. I think that celebrating things should be every day. We should not have to have a day in which we're remembering, because the other days it implies that we've forgotten. And
Absolutely.
to think about the challenge as a woman, and I'm sure you're going to be discussing this both at the summit, but also perhaps in our interview today, is that we sometimes have to work doubly hard to achieve something that men have to just do once. We have to actually, our voices have to be louder, our achievements have to be more, and yet again, we have to still fight for equal pay. We have to fight for equal ability to receive those management positions, to receive those head of organization positions. In a board position, for example, as a woman, I have sat on several boards in which I was the only woman, and there were maybe 20, 25 men around. And as a woman, when you speak up, it then becomes not a point of she's speaking something sensible, but rather it becomes a, why is she saying that sort of thing? And it's not about that, right? And I think that we still have a long way to go. Women have advanced in their thinking. Women are really thinking. We've always been multitaskers. We've always been able to juggle. We've just been doing that better and better. I think that the women's roles have evolved, but there are a lot of changes that still have to happen, and it comes from, how do you view the contributions of women in society? How do you view not just what's going to happen, but what has happened and what has been learned? Have we really applied those learnings into our everyday actions?
Wow. Beautiful put. Actually, it is so true. Being a woman, there are so many things that a woman has to go through in all the spheres of life, all the walks of life, no matter work, family, whatever, just because of the gender. There are a lot of challenges that a woman has to face. So coming to this point, I have one question for you. Like, what is one challenge, or maybe challenges, that you had to face because you were a woman, and you actually used your strengths and values to overcome that and be the woman that you are today? Because I know you are uh, such a multifaceted, talented woman, and I cannot even uh, say that enough, that it's a privilege to even have that chance to interview you. But I would like to know, and the people to know, what is that challenge that you had, and how did you overcome it using your strengths and your values?
Well, I grew up in a very Orthodox community, and I think that most of us, I'm from a South Asian background,
Mhm.
and it's not just a South Asian background that I'm talking about, but I'm talking about generally there are a lot of communities across the world in which, as young children, we are allowed to dream. We are allowed to do whatever we wish in terms of extracurricular activities. We can be that dancer, that ballerina. We can dream about being the firefighter or a police officer. But as we grow up, something or another stops these dreams from happening, and we end up having this disillusionment that we can't do it because there are certain restrictions put on us. And these restrictions could be multifold. They could be within us ourselves, but it could also be because of society, family
Mhm.
pressure, financial, educational, lack of. All of these restrictions then take this big dream that we had, and the dream becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then, as young girls, we excel. We're encouraged by our parents, to excel in everything that we do, and so we do excel. And at the end of the day, you see that many of these women who have been toppers in their class, they've been the top achieving students in their class. It boils down to, did she land that man? Did she land the right partner? Did she get the family that she was supposed to get, because she has achieved X, Y, and a Z? Okay, now she has landed that partner, and then it's well and good that we have forward thinking, modern day type couples, but we're not living in a bubble in which you only live as a couple. You have family systems that we're in, especially coming from more traditional type backgrounds. When you go into those systems, you then, as a woman, have certain roles, because these are certain gender role expectations that are thrust upon, not because of the family, but because of the culture, because of the community, because of society in general.
Absolutely.
And so now we have a woman who has these dreams and aspirations of
Mhm.
being something, maybe not a traditional role, but being something unusual. But she has these traditional expectations. For me, I followed those. I had these traditional expectations that were thrust upon me, and I felt that I had to follow them, and I did follow them. I was the ideal daughter, I was the ideal mother, I was the ideal wife. I followed all of the requirements of the community. And yet at the end of the day, I was not happy because I was trying to please everyone else at the failing of pleasing myself. I
Mhm.
was not putting myself first, because to put myself first in my community was to be selfish. How dare you put yourself first? How dare you,
Absolutely.
spend anything on yourself? How dare you do anything for yourself? You're not doing it for this. Well, then that's not good. You're not thinking about the
Mhm.
family. And this is where I think we need to change our thinking: is you cannot pour into another person's cup if your cup is empty. You have to fill your cup first. It's like the oxygen
Absolutely.
mask in a plane. If you are in that plane and the oxygen masks deploy, why do they say put your mask on first? It's because you cannot be of a clear mind to help someone else if you haven't helped yourself. This is a very hard concept for many women to understand, is that feeding into yourself, feeding into your equilibrium, into your balance, into your passion, into what it is that drives you, is actually going to make not just you better, is going to make your family better, is going to make the community better, is going to make really overall the society better place to be in. So
Wow. Like, I can so resonate with what you said. It makes so much sense to me. Absolutely, an empty cup cannot pour into another, and this is absolutely what every woman, I think, has to know, and every human being has to know. I don't want to say, men or women. I think everyone should know that, if you are not fulfilling your priorities, then you can never be of help or love anyone else to your optimal level, how much you could have,
And it's very true what you're saying because, but the journey is not easy, Shilpi.
Yes, yes,
I In order to get one thing, you have to sacrifice something else.
yes.
So I had to sacrifice certain ideals that I thought in my head were what I wanted. And I had to give those dreams away. I had to put an end to that. I had to change my focus so that I was able to really listen to what my inner voice is. We all need to go into those places of quiet where
Mhm.
we're able to hear what our soul is saying to us, hear what we are really wanting,
Mhm.
because you need to find that little girl or that little boy that's within you and find what they're trying to say to you. They've been relegated to that corner. They've been relegated to that corner from the time you said, no, we can't do that. No, you can't believe that. No, you're not good at this. No,
Mhm.
whatever it is, right? You've pushed them into that corner, and it's at this point that you really need to dive inside yourself, go find that little girl or the little boy and say, I'm here and I'm ready to listen to you, whatever it is that you have to say, and then listen and listen to what it is that your soul is speaking, because then only will you really be able to truly speak what is your voice. Finding that voice is the most difficult part, and it's something that is very challenging for many people because you have to face your demons to do that.
Oh my God. And it trust me, there was a curious question inside me. I just wanted you to, say and motivate people, and how, like, say something to the people who, who are just sitting there and they don't feel enough motivated. But I feel that you answered that already. But just to add that, what would you like to say to the people who seriously feel, laid back, and or maybe not that motivated, and just maybe in a sentence or so, what do you think, how they could, uh, motivate themselves, or like, just your point of view?
So I think the first foremost thing is that we are all flawed and all of our flaws are beautiful. And to be able to look at the plus and the minus of us as individuals and to love all of that, even when we are at our worst. It's very important, I feel, for myself to wake up with gratitude for the things that we have. When we think about all of the positives that are in our life, there's so much. We think sometimes that we don't have this and we don't have that, but we have so much more than someone else who doesn't have it, right? Our challenges look like a walk in the park compared to some of the challenges other people are facing.
Mhm.
Not to say that what everyone's going through is small or diminish that by any means, but it is to find the things that you're grateful for and to applaud those achievements that you're doing. Don't wait for others to applaud you. You don't need to have anyone else, doing that rah, rah, rah for you. Be your own cheerleader, be your own person, so that you're looking at yourself and you're applauding your achievements. And when you make a mistake and when you fail or when you fail at something, that opportunity gives you so much space for growth. It's not the success that's going to determine your growth. It is your failures that's going to determine your growth. And so when you look at those failures and just brush yourself off and say, okay, well, we're going to try this again, that attitude of being able to just pick yourself up is going to start building that grit, that perseverance, and that tenacity that you're going to really need to have in your character.
Wow, this is beautifully said. And uh, with this, actually, I would like to even say that people who feel that you wanna feel motivated. This the upcoming event that we have, Elite Women in Power Summit 2022, is not only to showcase or honor the people, the women who have achieved something in their life. It is also for those people who want to feel motivated. So do join us. We will be sharing the link, and just click the link. You can register and be a part. I'll be there as a host, as a moderator in the event, and I'm sure Annie is going to be there as well. We all will be there to celebrate womanhood and to encourage each other. We are the role model. We want to, we want our kids to see. So as a mother or as a women, or as a man, as a father, or as a friend, whatever role that you are, if you want to be the role model, you have to keep yourself motivated every day. So take this opportunity, I would say, with all that I understand how motivation works. It's not a one day job. You don't just, it's like eating every day. You need to, for your energy, it's like motivation is every day. You need to get motivated every day. And this event is something like that. It's gonna give you that much of motivation. As far as I understand, it's gonna be a uplifting thing for everyone. As Jim Rohn says, I always repeat that, surround yourself, with the people who can lift you up. You are the average of 5 people you surround yourself with. So make sure that you are in a group where people are like-minded, who are lifting each other up. This event is an amazing thing. I'm just feeling that I'm going to be a better human after I attend this. And if you feel the same, just go and register. If you know your friend, your family, or someone who could benefit out of this, feel free to just share that link, with them. And I actually have very quick thing for Annie. It's just a rapid fire thing. You have to be very quick with the answers, okay? Um, so, okay, Annie, the first question is, what is your favorite color and why?
Whoa, see behind me? Red.
Okay, and why? Why do you like red?
Oh, red's about passion. Red's about fire. Red is, yeah, it's life for me. I love the red color
Okay,
red.
okay. So, do you mind asking me a couple of more questions on rapid fire?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So, what is your favorite place and why?
Favorite place? At home. Yes.
Oh
So
my.
I'm an ambivert. I don't know if people know that that I have this extroverted side, but I'm very private and very.
Mhm.
Uh, I like being at home.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, I'm a very big homebody.
Okay. And the last question is, what can you dream as your magic moment?
Oh, I've had several magic moments. Um, I think just to be able to get back and travel again, to be able to be in India and or in another country. Really, I would like to go back to India and coach, have a workshop, be on a big stage, and motivate our
Wow.
young people there. Yeah.
You are so amazing. It's I cannot even like, I'm pretty sure there's so much to learn about you. And I know people who are watching, they want to know so much more about you. So I would encourage all the audience, feel free to ask your questions on the comments, and we will get back on those questions, comments. And what is the best way to reach out to you if someone is so fascinated and they want to reach out to you, take your help, learn from you? What is the best way to reach out to you?
Well, I'm on all the different social media platforms, but the best way to find me is go onto my website. So it's anniejkoshy.com or findyourselfseries.com. And both of those websites will give you access to my work and where you can find me. But I'm also on Facebook, on LinkedIn, Instagram. And worst comes to worst, find Gordon or find Jay and they will find me, or find Shilpi and they will find me. So reach
Absolutely.
out. I'm happy to be of help.
uh, Finally, I would really like to thank you for giving your time. Thank you, Jay, for giving this platform here with this vision of women, like Elite Women in Power Summit 2022. It's amazing. Thank you, Jay Gordon, for this Landed for Success platform, because this has given me such amazing time, and I'm growing with each and every day, every event that is happening. Uh, Everyone who's watching, feel free to register. The link will be down below, but I can repeat it for you. It's like landedforsuccess.com/elite woman in power. See my memory. I have a good one. So anyways, jokes apart, thank you so much for watching, and we'll have more in the next. Thank you, Annie, so much.
Thank you.